Hello dear students, let us turn towards our next point today, that is conservation of resources. Now, resources are very much vital for human development. Resources are in limited quantity. Some resources are non-renewable, as well as human population on the earth as well as in India is increasing. So due to these problems, we need to conserve resources. So what is resource conservation? Resource conservation means judicious use of resources and conserve them for future requirement. This is resource conservation. So if any question comes, why do we need to conserve resources? Why it is required to conserve resources? Why resource conservation is very much essential? So let us start its answer. First is developmental activities. Resources are very much vital for the development of human beings. If we want to develop in each and every sector, we require resources. So our first point is, why do we need to conserve resources? For developmental activities. Now second point, if we overuse resource, that is called irrational consumption of resources, when we do not keep in mind its importance, when we use resources unjudiciously, then it is called irrational consumption, and overutilization, more than requirement. So if we use resources blindly, if there is overutilization of resources, then we may face social, economic as well as environmental problems. So if we want to avoid such problems, we need to conserve resources. So our second point is, to avoid social, economic and environmental problems, we need to conserve resources. As well as there are some other points which I need to mention you. Next point is, some of the resources are non-renewable. It is not mentioned here, but you can make its list. Some of the resources are non-renewable, and these non-renewable resources are formed by earth, by nature, and its formation takes millions of years. So if resources are non-renewable, that is your third point, resources are non-renewable, that's why we need to conserve them. Okay, so your third point is, resources are non-renewable. Mention this point, resources are non-renewable. Now fourth point, if resources are non-renewable, that is okay. Fourth point is, some resources take millions of years for its formation. That millions of years are called geological periods. Our earth is 5 billion years old, and in the period of that 5 billion years, some resources are getting formed. So resources are non-renewable, as well as they take millions of years. So your second point is geological periods and millions of years. Resources are formed in different geological periods and they take millions of years. So if resources are taking millions of years, then we need to conserve them. Okay, third point, overpopulation. Nowadays population is increasing at a very high speed. So to fulfill the demand and requirement of all these people, we need to conserve resources. Next point, that is uneven distribution of resources. Resources are not evenly distributed. These resources are unevenly distributed. So if resources are unevenly distributed, then we need to conserve them, because at some places they are in large quantity, at some places they are in less or minimum quantity. That's why we need to conserve resources. Gandhiji also said, what famous sentence told by Gandhiji, there is enough for everybody's need but not for anybody's greed. It means our earth, our mother earth, is having enough resources for all people. If we want to fulfill the need of 750 crore, we are having enough resources. But if we think that we need to fulfill the greed, लालच की कोई सीमा नहीं है, we cannot fulfill the greed of a single person also. So enough for all but not for greedy people. लालची लोगों का लालच कभी खत्म नहीं हो सकता. इसलिए we are having enough resources in our earth that can fulfill our requirements but not for greedy people. So these are some important points we need to conserve, we need to keep in mind for conservation of resources. When we discuss about resource conservation, then we can think at international level also. One important discussion was occurred in Club of Rome, and what they discuss about resource conservation. What happened that time? Let us see here. In 1968, first time we discussed systematic way, first time we discuss about resource conservation. Then in 1974, one person, he used to follow Gandhian philosophy, he is Schumacher. He mentioned in his book, the name of his book is Small is Beautiful, and he mentioned that our earth is small, no problem, but the small earth we need to conserve. Large is beautiful, that is not the ideology. Small is beautiful. Whatever we are having, that we need to conserve. Whatever, that may be in small quantity, but that we need to conserve. Then one commission was also introduced by Mr. Brundtland. By his name, this commission is known as Brundtland Commission, and they had conducted one survey regarding to the conservation and prepared one report. That report was published in 1987 to United Nations. He was appointed by United Nations, Mr. Brundtland, and he prepared one report. That report he had submitted to United Nations, and what he mentioned in that report, he asked all the countries in his report for sustainable development, to protect our earth, to follow the ideology of sustainable development. One more message that he had given, or it was mentioned in that book, our common future. This earth is not only the most important part of India, it is the resource of all. This earth is one of the best gift of God which we received. So earth and whatever activities we are doing, that are responsible for our future. So this earth is a future of all. It is not only responsibility of Indian people or American people or any other people, any other country, to conserve the future of we people. So it is our common future. We need to think about earth, not only one but all. That's why earth is our common future. Only one country is not responsible. Already we have discussed in Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit in 1992 about the sustainable development and conservation and cooperation and economic help. All that points we have already discussed. So these are the points related to the conservation of resources as well as sustainable development. Club of Rome, then book published by Schumacher, Small is Beautiful, and Brundtland Commission, which was given their report in 1987. He was appointed by United Nations, and in his report he explained about sustainable development, and in that book it was also explained about our common future. This earth and we people are responsible to decide our common future, and sustainable development, conservation of resources, environmental degradation, whatever is going on the earth, that was also discussed in Rio de Janeiro Earth Summit. So not only at national level but at international level also, most of the countries are discussing about such points of resource conservation and sustainable development. When we discuss about resources, so the first and most important resource we are having, that is land resource. Land is a fixed factor. Land is permanent factor. We cannot increase the area of our country. You are aware that area of India is 3.28 million square kilometer. So we cannot increase it. That's why land is very essential and important factor, important resource that we need to conserve, that we need to maintain its quality. Why land is very much important? If such question comes, why do we require land, or what is the importance of land? Why land is very much important in economic sphere? So let us see here. Land is very much important because all economic activities are going on land. All economic, each and every. When we discuss about economic activities, when we discuss about any market activity, that is going on land. So which other activities are going on land, or land supports? Land supports to all activities, like, let us see here, natural vegetation. One of the most important part which provides us oxygen as well as so many things. So land supports for natural vegetation, wildlife, human life, economic activities, wildlife also, animals, human life, our own life, economic activities, whatever economic activities, industries and factories are there that are on land, transport and communication system. So indirectly we are using land at its 100%. So land is very much important and essential part of any country. But at the same time, land is an asset of a finite magnitude. It is in limited quantity. It is in particular proportion. We are not able to increase its area. That's why we need to use it carefully. Now, land of India is divided under three important categories. So, which are that three important categories? Let us see in this figure. Plains, mountains, and plateau. So how many percent area of India is under plain? That is 43%. 43% area of India is under plain. Now you are aware that plains are very much suitable for agriculture. Plains are also very much suitable for industry, agriculture, industry, transportation, and any other human economic activity that is very good, that will survive, that will be continued on plains. Second, mountains. How much area is covered by mountains? That is 30%. And mountains are the source of perennial rivers. Mountains are the source of water. Let us see here. 30% of the total surface area of the country had ensured perennial flow. Perennial rivers, rivers which flow throughout the years. Rivers which are having water throughout the year. So there are some perennial rivers of India and that are originating from mountain. So mountains are also useful for tourism. Mountains are also useful for ecological aspects. There are so many botanical gardens and some rare species of plants as well as animals are surviving in these mountains or they are supporting forest. Okay. Now the third important category is plateau. Plateau, 27% area of India is covered by plateaus, and these plateaus are very much essential. These plateaus are called storehouse of minerals. Storehouse. Maximum minerals we are getting from plateaus, fossil fuels and forest. The most important plateau of India is Chota Nagpur Plateau. Along with the Chota Nagpur Plateau, Deccan Plateau. So these are important plateaus, and on that plateau we are getting so many resources, and plateaus are storehouse of minerals.